Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. So today's video will be at first the video on the MTB-422, the Battle Pass Season 6 reward, and then we have a massive rant at the end about the current state of naval forces. So when part 2 starts and you don't want to hear me ranting about stuff that you think many people would know, then yeah, you can feel free to leave the video if you're watching it in the first place, because of YouTube algorithm plus naval forces. So oof, that's gonna leave a mark. Anyway, so to give this ship its full name, we're looking at the Higgins 78 feet MTB-422, a British premium patrol boat, rank 3, battle rating 2.3. You currently can obtain it in the Battle Pass Season 6 as a level 38 reward. And yeah, it has the combination of some interesting armament choices that give it a distinct American feeling, and also a low battle rating for that rank, which at first might give you the impression that this is a cheap grinder. What it definitely is better than most reserve ships, and so it can contest caps better at higher battle ratings, and therefore deny the enemy the easy win with a reserve patrol boat. But first things first, let's talk about the armament, and we have a 40mm Bofors L60 Mark III gun with 2000 rounds in the back of the ship that can't fire forwards, but very much to the side and the rear. We have then a second weapon group consisting of a single 20mm -70 Oerlikon Mark II autocannon with 1800 rounds in the middle of the ship, also facing to the side and to the rear, except the angle where the 40mm is, and then two twin 50 cals facing forward, and they are the ANM2 machine guns. Although ANM2 for me is the 20mm American aircraft cannon. Let me know in the comment section. But you have 8000 rounds of ammunition, and they are bound together with the 20mm. So this allows the ship to go in with the 50 cals, and they usually are enough to deal with opposing equal or lower battle rating patrol boats. You have a nice rate of fire, you have lots of ammunition, and if one mounting is knocked out temporarily, you can use the other one and quickly repair it. And if you are reversing with a bit of angling sideways, you can bring the 50 cals, or 4 of them, and the 20mm to bear, which is very helpful. And also then you can switch quickly to the 40mm without changing your angles. So that is the weapon armament side, and it's pretty okay. Especially the 40mm Bofors give you plenty of range, plenty of hitting power. You also have an armor piercing round. So you know, the 40mm, the 20 and the 50 cals, they are all very much American, or typical for American ships. Then the only real British thing that also was highlighted in the dev block, which was hilariously badly written, was the 533mm Mark 8 torpedoes. All 2 of them, because they are not reloadable, which in Gaijin terms is a feature. Way to go, Gaijin. Now with the torpedo mod, you have a maximum speed of 76 km per hour and a travel distance of 6.4 kilometers. And if you turn off the torpedo mod, you have a speed of 84 km per hour and 4.5 kilometers of range. And you have also a very heavy TNT warhead. With 327 kilograms, you can bypass the torpedo protection of all heavy cruisers, and if you hit the magazine area of a enemy battleship, you can also blow that one up. And that gives you already a hint that you can use this at higher battle ratings to contest caps and hunt enemy battleships. You also have an artillery strike, which we will see in a later gameplay, also comes in quite handy. And well, the only thing that I really missed were some depth charges or some rockets, launchers, mortars, whatever, and that would give the ship a little bit more stuff to play with, but it's not really the outstanding factor. Now, you have a low battle rating of 2.3, but you are rank 3. Rank 3 is the same as, for instance, the Moffat, and the Cowell. Keep that in mind, because now we're talking about this thing being a grinding option. And yes, it could be worse, like for instance costing actual money. Like if you're buying the battle pass anyway for something, this is a bit more than hanger decoration at first. But the reward, the RP reward, is 408% with a premium account. So the modifier is 1.36. That is bad. That is bad. I mean, the HMS Spey with 1.66 and the Le Orla, which are the rank 4 premiums with 1.78, are also hilariously bad. But they are just simply better at, acquiring RP. But then there's also the Silver Lines. A factor of 1.0 times 2.0 when you actually have it on your account. Here in the test drive, the premium modifier is not active for whatever reason, is 150% with a premium account, and fully with when you have it on your account, it would be 300%. The Moffat has a factor of 3.9 times 2.0, which is just under 1200% and not 300. So even though they are the same rank, there is a factor of nearly 4 between them, and you don't kill that much in the MTB-422 compared to a Moffat. So as a grinder, it's not that good, and that's only as a rank 3. You have no penalty for rank 4, but rank 5 gets a hefty penalty, and that stuff is extremely expensive. Just to give you a little bit of an idea what that means, the HMS Leopard is a battle rating 3.7 frigate, and that costs you as an end of the line, top rank, top battle rating coastal fleet ship 390,000 RP and 1 million Silver Lines to unlock. I did this and it was pain. It required so much time. This is the same amount of RP and Silver Lines as for a top tier helicopter, as for a top tier main battle tank, as for a top tier end of the line jet. But you don't have the actual premium modifiers. This is a remnants from the tech tree split, which is the main factor, while this is just absolute nonsense to play for. And this is now where the rank starts. Naval Forces is in a horrible state. And not just the battleships and cruisers, but it starts right down, right here with the reserve boats. For new players, it's extremely unfriendly. And that's the reason why the state of Naval Forces is caught in this endless, vicious, self-fulfilling prophecy devil's circle, I'd say. Naval Forces is in a trash state, so players don't play it. That is why Gaijin just says we don't put effort into it because nobody wants to play it. Our data shows. Yeah, but Gaijin not acknowledging that they are the reason why nobody is playing this. I mean, look at this. Queue times 5 minutes. Half of the player base is bots. It's hilarious. That is the consequence of this failure of map design. That's the consequence of the failure of any sort of reasonable balance. That's the failure and the consequence of the failure of game mechanics, and so on and so on and so on. Gaijin wanted to hardcore milk a community that didn't even have time to establish itself, and then we have this ludicrous grind which is on par with the worst of the helicopters. And yes, I know what I'm talking about. Patrol boats are absolutely just a meme, and they will stay a meme because Gaijin completely being unwilling to improve stuff. Officially, yes, we care about, yes, we take bug reports, etc. But unofficially, they this must be their test beacon. How stupid is the community? How much shit are they willing to take? This is the test balloon for you guys. Are you really that much of a collector to go through this hilarious grind? Are you really that much hardcore? Yes, here and there are some nice patrol boats that are actually decent in their performance because they have mines, because they have 4 torpedoes, because they have ludicrous autocannons with proximity fuse 40mm Bofors shells, whatever. with radar, etc., etc. A handful of them. But this is just your Joe average boat. And it could be battle rating, I don't know, 3.0 or 1.3. It wouldn't really make a difference. Nobody would care. Nobody would take notice because it's just in an absolute shit show in the first place. It is not what I want to say, but what I have to say if I'm 100% transparent and clear with you guys. Naval Forces is just the summary of everything that is wrong with Gaijin entertainment. This is just a massive grind. You get an absolute shit for reward. It's not really fun. There is always this faint, unspoken promise of it's getting better without it actually getting better. And that's a premium. There is not even any sort of stock grind or a repair cost problem. If I'm not mistaken, there were coastal fleet ships also with repair cost of 30,000-40,000 silver lines. I launched the topes so that they don't get blown up in their tubes, by the way. So it's hilarious, and that's before we talk about the mismanagement of the damage model, the hit camera, before we talk about that it's possible to shoot from spawn to spawn without any sort of cover. That's before we talk about shit mechanics like there is not enough crew for you to repair the ship, with you just being able to win a fight, right? And the example comes right at the end of this video. Please pay attention that I get below 10% and then I will take on water. But I had no hull damage. I can't repair it, and there is an automatic system that applies leaks to the central section of the ship. But if you look at the paper model, the complete rear section of my ship is completely undamaged. The bow is just slightly yellow and the center is not even black, it's only red. But I'm at the brink of dying here. That is not just how fragile the ships are in terms of taking damage, but also the sections are not equally distributed between the various different boats, etc. There are boats that have one tiny extra section that, if undamaged, yeah, that was from probably a bot, a single machine gun bullet or something like this. Yeah, there it was a bot. That guy killed me, and now I'm slowly sinking. I'm accelerating here my misery by speeding up. But here, look, all those red dots, they are from the system that forces you to drown, and that's making it not worth to go through all this effort. Absolutely no. It's an absolute shit show. I cannot recommend it, and I feel now a bit relieved to get this off my chest, but it's been like this for years. Oh, it saddens me actually. And that's it for me today. I still hope you find this at least informative. Let me know in the comment section. Give a like and subscribe as usual, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, in the skies, and on the waves of War Thunder.